getting some actual B-roll. See what I did there? They seem to be camera shy. Hey folks, thanks for joining us, Two Indie Travelers. And today we're in Connersville, Indiana, getting ready to take a little train ride. Now, if you remember last week, we went to Metamora and we were there a little late in the day. Everything was kind of closing up and everything else. But I got to tell you, it was such a quaint little town. It inspired us to do a little greater research and see exactly what was available. But more importantly, we were really interested in taking that train ride.
Yeah.
So today, we're actually going to take you on the train ride, give you the full-on experience from Connersville, Indiana, taking the Valley Flyer train from Connersville down to Metamora. It's about an hour-and-a-half trip there and back. 2-hour layover in Metamora. It's going to be a great time, folks.
There's going to be so much more to do too and explore, more than we were able to do last time because it was closing time, and you know, now we're going to get there at an earlier part of the day and explore. And
so we're going to show you around. We're going to show you around. So folks, like we do, buckle up and buckle in
and let this train ride begin. Why not?
All right, folks, just to offer a little more information about the Whitewater Valley Railroad. It was formed as a not-for-profit corporation in 1972 and actually began its weekend passenger operations in 1974 on a 25-mile leased Penn Central track between Connersville and Brookville. And so again, it serves quite an area. As you can see, we've got the gift shop here, and for those little ones, those future conductors, they can pick up a few things. And there we have We Can Do It. And I'm sure you recognize Rosie the Riveter. Actually, she's a media icon since the 1940s. Rosie the Riveter stood as a symbol of women in the workforce. And here we have some cute little teddy bears. Now, one of the things that they do the months of November and December around the Christmas season is they actually run a train that is the Polar Express. I believe it's about $40 per person, but the kids just absolutely love it. I think I hear that train coming, folks. And there's the conductor. All aboard! All aboard! Please have your tickets ready. All aboard. Take a look at their website. They actually do an old Western train excursion as well. So check it out. Whitewater Valley Railroad. The Valley Flyer coming in the station. We will be boarding the train and heading on to Metamora here very, very soon, folks. Folks, here we are, pulling into Metamora. Couple of donkeys. And that looks like the Bates house. Norman! Norman! Here we are. Pulling into Metamora. Here's the old historic grist mill. All right, so here we are. We just departed the train, made it to Metamora. We're actually going to go check out the grist mill.
Yeah.
Again, last week when we were here, we came late in the day, so we didn't get a chance to really explore and see the shops or check out any of the real historical points here in Metamora. So we're going to venture around and just see what it's all about. But again, we'll take you into the grist mill. I know we're going to pick up some cornmeal and make some cornbread.
Say, we have to be sure to pick up some. They have yellow or they have white. We're going to pick up some yellow.
All
Make
right.
some homemade yellow cornbread.
All right, well, folks, stick around. We're going to explore this town. Folks, here we are inside the grist mill. Now the grist mill is not turning right now, but this is such a cool building. Look at this building.
They know what they've got, they're dusted, cataloged, and, you know, All right, you're welcome. Enjoy your afternoon. Well,
Now we did pick up some cornmeal. We're gonna make some good fresh homemade cornbread. Wow. And here we are in the basement of the grist mill. As you can see, there's some gearing, pulley system. Actually, it's a pretty simple pulley system. This is pretty cool. Looks like you still use belts that are made of leather, possibly, and maybe some other type of material, but wow. This is what would help turn the grinding stone and take that hard kernel corn and turn it into a fine powder. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So when you come to Metamora, you gotta come take a look at the grist mill. A lot of history here. A lot of history. It's just amazing to think of what folks were able to do given the engineering that they had available at that time. This is awesome. Ahoy there, matey! Ahoy! Got a pirate ship right here in the middle of Metamora. How'd that happen? Don't think I've ever seen a species of duck that look quite like this. Looks like he's part rooster, part duck. That's the craziest thing. Look at this. What's going on? All right. Shake it off. All right. Here's the Martindale house. This is actually one of the first, if not the first, hotel in the area. As you can see here, many of the buildings in the area have little placards giving you some information, letting you know what the building is, what it was originally, when it was established. Clearly you can see this. The Martindale Hotel was built in 1838 and had a storeroom, as well as doubled as a tavern. Yeah, it looks like they had a few rooms for the hotel. Dining area, helping travelers voyaging up and down the canal. Pretty cool. Pretty good marketing here. Hi, come on inside to check out all our really cool crap.
I think I will.
There's an apron. Yeah, for just $39. This apron could be yours. As I mentioned earlier, they've got a number of old historic buildings here, and many of the buildings have little placards on there. So let's take a look and see what this may have been.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. It says the Old Cobbler's Shop, Old Post Office, and you can read, but built in 1854, and by 1861 it was business property of Jesse and Ezekiel Washburn. Second floor was the workshop. And it's just pretty amazing all the things that have taken place inside this building. And it's still a combination of businesses today. You have a post office. They also do, as you go around the front entrance.
Yeah, let's take a look. Actually, they put together ghost tours and things of that nature. Supposedly, Metamora is haunted, and well, it has little kitty cats that like to go ahead and travel around and visit everybody as well when they're in town traveling. All right, buddy. How we doing?
You made your debut.
Yeah. And so as you can see, here in Metamora, supposedly this town is haunted. Wouldn't surprise me with all the history surrounding this town. You've had things take place as far as devastating fires. Earlier we were at the Grist Mill. The Grist Mill actually burnt down at one time and they had to rebuild it and do all those things. But when you're in Metamora, maybe you'll stop by and do a walking tour, the haunted tour of Metamora. One of the things that I've really taken by here in Metamora is the Artisan Village. They've got a little area here where you have the artist in the village, and some of the woodwork and these carvings that they're doing. I mean, look at the detail. That is really cool. That's awesome. Here's one of the old engines from the Whitewater Valley Railroad. Doesn't look like they're running this train today. They will keep a train going usually and do like a 20-minute excursion for the folks that are here in Metamora. So you got a couple of different ways you can do the train. You can either do the extended excursion from Connersville to Metamora, or if you're in Metamora, you can actually take a little short 15 to 20 minute train ride. They'll take you down the track a little bit, bring you back. You at least get a little bit of that experience. It's kind of fun. Pretty cool. Granny's cookie jars and ice cream parlors. Homemade waffle cones. But what they're really known for is all of these different cookie jars. Look at this. How insane. We gotta go check this place out.
Yabba dabba doo.
Fred and Barney. Elvis Presley and Marilyn Monroe cookie jars. That's crazy. And folks, it is official. They have the Guinness World Records for the largest collection of cookie jars right here in Metamora. The actual certificate right there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That is awesome. Not only do they have cookie jars, but they have probably the largest collection of salt and pepper shakers as well. But take a look. This entire place, there's like 2 large rooms of nothing but cookie jars.
Wow, it's overwhelmingly impressive.
Now, if they just would fill all these cookie jars with cookies, then they might have the world record of the largest collection of cookie jars with cookies. Give them something else to strive for. But look at the detail of these cookie jars. This is amazing. Now, they did have a sign, so I got to be very, very careful walking through here, because they had a sign: if you break it, you buy it. But from floor to ceiling, nothing but cookie jars. Oh, wow.
The tray kind of pulled out the turn stuff, and I reached over and he was cooking too, and I went like this, and I touched her there.
Look at all these cookie jars. YouTube videos. Now, one of the fascinating things here about Granny's, we actually had a brief conversation with one of the folks inside, and she was talking about the process that it took. For Guinness, it took 9 months for them to get back with them to let them know that they actually were the largest cookie jar collection in the world. Amazing. But they had to have 2 auditors come out. It took an entire day, and they ended up having, it was just under 3,300 jars, if I remember correctly on what she was saying. But just a real fascinating story. So when you come to Metamora, come check out Granny's cookie jars and ice cream. And here's the train we're traveling on. They're getting ready to sound the whistle to let us know all aboard to head back to Connersville. Actually, Vicki and I were traveling on this caboose right here. It's been a good time. Now it is Sunday, and so we ran into a little bit of the same problem we did last weekend, where not all the stores and everything were opened up. It's still just a quaint little area. Pretty cool. So if you find yourself in southern Indiana, come check out Metamora. Or if you want to do the full-on excursion, where you're going to take the train ride from Connersville to Metamora, it was a lot of fun. And actually very, very reasonable. It was, I think it was $50 for Vicki and I, for both tickets combined. So really, really inexpensive. It was a lot of fun. Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up for the day. It was a good day.
Yes, it was.
We went to Connersville, jumped on the train, went down to Metamora. There was a pretty heavy patch of rain that came through, and was speaking with one of the shop owners there. They said, yeah, we had a pretty good crowd here, and the rain came through, and so the crowd dispersed a little bit, and that's before the train actually made it to Metamora. And so I think some of the shop owners closed up and what have you. But would have liked to have seen some of the other shops and explored a little bit. But again, all in all, a good day. It was jam-packed. We did a lot. The train was interesting. It was fascinating going through these little areas in the woods where the train tracks were laid out, and it was very, very interesting, the things that you would see from a train car. But again, really, really good value. As I said earlier, Vicki and I, it was $50.
A little bit more than that,
Yeah.
because we had the caboose. So
But,
you pay a little bit extra, you get that bird's eye view, and
Yeah.
you can elevated with the trees, and yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, we opted for the caboose, which again, it was a little over $50. It was not much at all.
No, well worth
But
it.
again, for both of us, so really, really good value. But
Yep.
yeah, we ended up riding the
3-hour
caboose.
round trip.
Yeah, 3-hour round trip, 2-hour layover at Metamora. But we were riding the caboose. Met a really nice couple there. Had a great
Yeah.
time. We were just chatting it up back and forth and everything else.
If you're watching, it was
If they're
nice
watching,
meeting
yeah,
you.
they said, hey, we're going to join your
Thanks for
channel. So that was
subscribing.
pretty cool. But yeah, we were up on the second level of the caboose and had a real nice view as we're going through there, and just a lot of fun today.
Yeah.
But folks, until next time, good day to you. See you again
see ya.
very, very soon. Thanks.
Subscribe and like.
That's it.